Here is why you should not be buying a condo apartment in Canada. I'm talking about Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver, wherever you are, guys. Condo is not a good choice. Today's video, I want to cover all of that, guys. Actually, I want to give you a quick disclosure. I shot a similar kind of video in Russian language on a different channel, and I covered literally every single type of real estate there in series of why you shouldn't be buying that particular type of real estate. And honestly, guys, I had a realtor who called me and he said, Igor, this is the expression in Russian. I don't know if there is such a thing in English, but you're literally chopping off the branch you're sitting on. Why are you telling people? Why are you explaining on YouTube? What are the negative aspects of owning real estate? Don't you want to just make money, get everyone to buy what they want, let them have kids, and it's their problem? Where I said, well, I'm against that kind of thing. I want you to know all the bad things and some terrible things that actually happened to me just recently. And to one of my clients who purchased a condo. Actually, a client from Saudi Arabia called me and he said, Igor, I have the same problem you had. I had a problem 2 years ago. He's having that problem right now. And if you buy a condo, well, you might be in the same kind of pickle too, having the same kind of problem where it's going to be really expensive to fix. So guys, look at me, there is a bunch of townhouses on that side, but here's why you should not be buying a condo. Well, guys, first of all, I'll tell you my story, and it's a really bad one, and I'll tell you what happened. So I have a condo, right? It was the first real estate I ever purchased in Canada. It's a low risk, right? It's cheaper. So I'll tell you what went behind my head when we were buying a condo. First of all, it's cheaper. You might be able to pay it off faster, right? It's a safer kind of investment. Plus, I never had a house when I lived in another country. So basically, I'm not used to owning a house. So, look at those puppies. Guys, I'll tell you, so owning a condo was like a good option for me. I was like, you know what, it's easy, maybe 5 years I'll pay it off, and it's a right decision from my perspective. But hear me out, guys. We kept it on rent and the tenant was doing laundry. I didn't know what happened there. All I know is the condo board showed up and they're like, there is water coming from your unit and 2 units below you are flooded. So I call my tenant. Best people ever. But when I call them, the answer is like, condo board is screwing us up. If you have any questions, talk to the lawyer. I'm not going to be saying anything. And I don't know what the hell happened. Well, later on through investigation, what we have figured out is, I was thinking maybe they forgot to close the lint filter or something. We don't know what happened. Nobody's talking anything. But long story short is we got a bill for more than $10,000 from a condo board. Now, luckily, my tenants have an insurance, but they wouldn't give us, and their insurance company would not talk to us. So, and there is another lucky situation that I also had a tenant's insurance that I didn't cancel, and my insurance covered it, and they handled it. And I just quite literally, because I thought we have a tenant's insurance, we don't need as a landlord to have an insurance to have it. So $10,500 of expenses got covered by the insurance, and it got me a $500 deductible. But there is this person who has the same kind of situation in Saudi Arabia right now. I don't know, guys, all the details, but what I do know is that, the plumbing company was running their laundry into his unit. Everything was fine, and from the condo board's approval and everything, they have their own insurance policy. So hopefully he'll be able to make a claim through their policy because he doesn't have his own policy, and it flooded. Guys, here's the problem with the condo. It's a condo board. So you have to understand there is a different type of ownership. It can be a freehold where you're almost owning the entire thing, besides so certain limitations where you have to pay property tax and you don't own the minerals and resources under the ground. So there is a freehold, almost the best type of ownership in Canada. But there is also a condo board where it's a shared, you are owning that unit with your neighbors. So in a condo, why I'm saying not to buy an apartment is there are bylaws. They can dictate you. For example, some of them are still existing like that, where there is age restrictions. Like literally, you can be younger than a certain age, but they're changing that now. And also, they can dictate what kind of dog you have, how big your dog should be. Like if you get a dog and it grows over a certain size, they could kick you out from the condo board, or they can sanction you, tell you to get rid of that dog. So you're not really fully the owner of the unit. They could vote more than 70% and sell the entire unit without your permission. So you are literally like a shareholder there. They have condo fees, which go up. In my condo board, they go up like 10% every I would going to say every month, no, every year. So the condo fees are continuously going up. And there's also such a thing as a special assessment, and you can get slammed. It's like basically they are doing a renovation, let's say, or an upgrade, or they have a post-tension cable, that is broken, and they need some to do major renovation, and they have to get it fixed. So they do what's called special assessment if they don't have enough money in what is called reserve fund. Reserve fund is essentially a savings account for your entire condominium corporation. Long story short is that if they don't have enough money, they will just divide the entire bill of, let's say, $1.5 million by the unit factor, which is 10,000, which is allocated a certain portion to every unit in that place. And based on that unit factor, you could be slammed with, like, I don't know, the maximum I've ever seen, $50,000. $50,000 bill on your unit. So you either have to come up with that amount cash, or if you don't have cash, they'll put it as a liability, let's say for 7 years, on your condo. So essentially, guys, what that means is that you're going to be paying an additional, probably double the condo fees for the next X amount of years until that is paid of additional expense that you never expected. No, guys, I know what you're going to say, guys. Like, Igor, well, there's certain benefits of a condo board. There's certain benefits of a condo board, like you don't have to shovel your snow. Sometimes electricity is even included. Most of the times, gas and heating is included in your unit, and the other things, like, and insurance is cheaper. You don't have to get a full insurance, so it's kind of great. Like, what the hell are you saying? Guys, I know, but I want to tell you the bad things about, negative parts of a condo, because you have to make an educated decision. And here's what the realtor hated me, who called me. He's like, Igor, like, why are you doing this? I even, guys, I'm selling a condo right now as well. We are going to be basically, essentially, it's going to be relisted in 15 days from now. I have a townhouse coming up for sale. I'm selling the house currently. There is another house that's going to be listed also 15 days from now. So there's a bunch of real estate that I sell. I work with 3 condo buyers right now, guys, and I'm working with multiple families who are buying, shopping for houses as well. I have 2 clients who are buying detached properties, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't be buying any of those properties. I don't think there is anything wrong about covering and giving you information that you should have. Like, whoever is an agent who is telling you, well, who is working with you and don't want to tell you any kind of information about that unit and all the pitfalls of that, whatever you are buying, and you are making an uninformed decision, is, in my opinion, I might be wrong, is not acting in your best interest. And maybe you're working with the wrong agent, guys. So anyways, I'm going to give a disclosure. I work with eXp Realty as a real estate agent myself, and I like to tell you information to make informed decision. Guys, hear me out. Look at it this way. I talked to some investors and I'm saying, what do you think about investing in a condo? Well, I'll tell you guys, I actually purchased condos for some investors, smaller investors and things like that, but higher scale investors, they're saying, well, there is a difference. Are you meaning one unit, or are you saying the entire building? If it's one unit, no, not a great choice for me. But those are big investors. But if you're telling about multi-residential building, like entire building with all the units, maybe it's a good idea. But there is also certain things you have to know. By the way, guys, I'm getting my commercial license because of those people, and I'm studying to get my commercial licensing done too. So very soon I'll be able to help you with that license too. Right now I'm not going to be going into that topic. But long story short, guys, is that, for example, condo got flooded, right? I have multiple investment properties, including houses. So what happens if it gets flooded? They need to bring what is called a dehumidifier and a ventilator. You can go to Home Depot. Like, my basement got flooded, and I spent, well, about $60 a day. I think in total maybe $80 a day to dry my basement. So I put that machine inside, which I got from the tool rental, and it cost you, like, I think it was like $40 for the dehumidifier and something about 20 something for the vent that you can keep in your basement to basically to dry and dehumidify the flooded area for a kind of flood restoration. But it's a condo board. They will not let you bring your machine. They're going to hire a contractor that has an insurance. They're not going to let you do their job because it's a freaking condo. So guess how much that company charged? How did the bill get into $10,000, guys? They had to do nothing. They had to do nothing. Well, they brought a dehumidifier and a ventilator, which basically, essentially, guys, costs you, if you are a homeowner and you don't want to buy one, if you don't own one already, they're also quite not expensive to buy, and you want to rent it, well, 80 bucks a day, maybe 100 bucks with GST, whatnot, right? But the company that came in, they charge 500 bucks per day. Now they had to drive my unit below, and unit below that unit, so $1,500 a day. 3 days. $4,500 just right there. Then they had to remove some baseboards. Somehow that came into thousands of dollars as well. And to put them back and put some silicone on it. And an emergency call. After our call and other expenses. So doing minimal kind of work, the bill became $10,500. As a homeowner myself, I could have done it myself. You know, if it was not a condo, I would have brought on my machinery. I would have got those things done in $3,000. Not even freaking $3,000. Like, it would be pennies. Like pennies out probably would be, let's say, like $100 a day, right? So 300 upstairs, 300 down, $900 altogether to dry it off. Baseboards and other things, and no, I wouldn't have to go on after hours call and other things and report and everything. 1,500 instead of 10,500 it would have cost me myself with my own labor and materials to get that done. I could have freaking bought a dehumidifier myself. So that's a concept of owning a condo. And this guy, he called me, you know, a great guy, actually from Saudi Arabia, who called me, and I purchased a condo for him. He's like, Igor, and why did he call me about it? Because I told him my story. I said, I'm not a big fan of condos. I'm not a big fan of condos because this is what happened. And he called me, he's like, you're not going to believe it. The story you told me, it happened to me as well. Here's what's happening. And I was like, God damn it. Like, you know, it's horrible. It's really bad. You know, guys, I don't like people to be screwed around by all of this kind of circumstances where you're trying to, you know, invest, make some money. Now, I purchased condos. I will tell you, there is a benefit to a condo. You know, like, for example, if you don't want to commit to live somewhere long term, you can just rent it off, less maintenance, no snow, no extra repairs. Like, they come and they fix your windows, they come and fix your roof, and they come and fix everything. But in that way, guys, there's still some positive into owning a condo. Like, one of them is, and it's a big one, especially for me, you can probably pay it off way faster. You know, like, some people buy a condo with me, they're like, you know, the reason I take it, he's like, you know, it's way easier to save up to $50,000 to pay off the condo in the next, let's say, 5 to 7 years rather than paying off a $700,000 house. You know, the bank is going to not make as much money and stuff like that. But also, guys, the condo fees and like the condo board. And you'll see once you join, once you have a condo board in your place, basically a lot of times you'll see somebody from the condo board who is actually not even following the rules, and they're on the board of directors as well. So they'll come after you if they see you doing something wrong, while themselves they don't even follow the bylaws. It's freaking ridiculous, guys. It's a pain in the ass. And I was in the condo board of directors myself, and I was like, you know what, I cannot handle it. You know, just walking around and saying, oh, this neighbor didn't remove their Christmas lights off the patio. It's time to send them a mail saying that you better take it off or we'll charge you $250 fine or something like that. I was like, you know what, I ain't got no time for this nonsense. And this why I left the board of directors. And well, luckily our condo board is still doing pretty good, and everything is good, guys. I still have to say that because I want to make sure that the value of my property does not depreciate because I'm a homeowner of that condo. Believe me, guys, homeowners of their condo boards will never tell you negative things about their condo boards, you know, like, but honestly, I'll tell you, I have not had any issues with my condo board in terms of whatever they're doing, but it's a pain in the ass. You know, they made me remove a net from the cat. I had like almost invisible net, but somebody with their freaking eagle eye have noticed a net on my patio, and because they have nothing else to do, they made me take down the net that you cannot see from anywhere. They might have used a binocular microscope, and you know, because they have nothing else to do, those people in the condo board, and that's part of owning a condo. So if you want such things, you have to be ready to face it. Those are the negative parts, guys. You know, of the condo board. They can get an access to your unit if they need it. They'll get a locksmith, they'll open your door, they'll come in, they'll do the repairs that's needed, they'll give you a new key, and they'll send you an invoice for the locksmith that they paid for because, let's say, you haven't provided the access to your unit when they needed it. And guys, honestly, you know, that's the condo. So that's why I made this guy's video of not buying a condo. Next video, guys, and if you speak Russian language, you can go to my Russian channel. I already published that video, and this video in Russian as well. Why you shouldn't be buying a house. I'll make a video for you about houses and townhouses, and I'll also make a video about duplexes as well. I'll cover every kind of real estate and what are the problems with that real estate so that you can make an educated decision, guys. And honestly, I got a lot of hate for that video. I got questions from people that I'm working with, from the sellers. I got questions from the other realtors who are saying, hey, Igor, like, don't say anything negative about real estate. People shouldn't know. But I think, guys, if somebody is hiding the truth from you and you cannot make an informed decision, you're quite literally working in real estate with the wrong person. Like if somebody, I'll tell you, I'm a real estate agent. I work with the XP Realty. I've been doing this for years. You know what is going to happen? You get the keys for a property, whatever it is. We say you sign here, you get the keys, and when something goes wrong, you are on your own. So if you do not hear this kind of information and do not share with your friends, and you don't know about it, then you're on your own. You're screwed by yourself, because once the deal is set and keys are in your hand, you can call your realtor. Nobody's going to show up to fix you. Nobody's going to come to bail you out. So that's why it's really important that you do your own research and understand the entire aspect and every negative aspect before you make a decision. Because I was buying a condo. I had no idea about condo boards or anything, and I still have the condo, and I still don't like it, and I still keep it because it's getting paid off by a tenant right now, which is good. But if I was to make a choice right now, I would probably go for a fourplex or multi-residential unit. That would be my preference, but it's so much more expensive than a condo. So make your own choices, guys. I want to read your comments. Do you own a condo? Did you have negative experiences? And how does it like, guys? Do you agree with this video or disagree with this video? Tell me. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.